Hello, welcome to Java Primitive Types. As you know, in Java there are two different types of data. There's what are called primitive types, and there are what are called reference types. When you first start learning about Java, you should try to understand what the primitive types are before you dive into what are called the reference types. The 8 different primitive types are long, and we'll declare a variable called L. That's long. A long is 64 bits wide. Int, short for integer, I is 32 bits wide. Short, 16 bits wide. A byte is 8 bits wide. Other primitive types, these are the whole number primitive types. Other primitive types consist of double, D, 64 bits wide, float, F, 32 bits wide, okay, double and a float allow you to have decimal places. Okay. The next primitive type is called char, which is short for character. And this is 16 bits. However, it's positive only. In other words, starting off with 0 to 65,536. The last primitive type is a Boolean, and we'll use BLN for short as its variable name, because we already have a B defined at line 15 as a byte. And this is the only non-numeric primitive type which represents either true or false. So let's start using some of the primitive types. We'll start off with the integer value. We'll assign a value of 10 to I and simply print it out to the console. Okay. In order to do a output to the console, there's a couple of ways, and one of the most popular ways in Java is to do system, the capital S, dot out, O-U-T, dot print ln, open paren, I, close paren, semicolon. So let's run this. And as you can see, the value 10 is outputted. You could also declare another integer, I2, the value of 20, and yet another integer, I3, that adds I and I2 together. And let's take a look at that value. And the value that's outputted is 30, which is correct. Let's also take a look at doubles. 0.14. And let's kick out that value. .14. Let's declare another type of double called D2, 6.78, and let's have another one called D3, and add D2 to D3, and kick that out as output. And you can see 9.92. Okay, so that's a quick example of the whole number primitive types by using int, and by using double. Now let's take a look at char, and we'll take a look at boolean after that. So char, or some people pronounce it char, either way is fine. C equals some letter A, for example, in single quotes, and let's output that value as well. C. So as you can see, we run the file, we see the 30 from line 27. We see the 9.92 from line 32, and we see the letter A from line 35. Okay. The last one we'll take a look at is the Boolean. BLN equals, let's say it's true. We can output this as well. BLN. Save, run, and we see the value true. Booleans are oftentimes used in conditions such as if statements, while loops, for loops, etc. We will take a look at some of those in another lesson, but this first lesson is to get your feet wet with various types of primitive data types so that you can start using them in your program.